What's up? What's going on? It's Lugo back again with Fat to Fit day 66. Today was leg day. Pretty much just quads, core, and calves. I didn't do any hamstrings because I did RDLs yesterday, and I'm not trying to wake up sore because I have back again in I think 2 days, 3 days. Um, but I did my paw squats with the SSB bar, and this was always the plan. Um, when I came back to my gym, I was contemplating using it already. I kind of wanted to wait till my new training block, but I was like, you know what? The thing that I cared about the most was when I got to the SSB bar that I could put a plate on it because this bar, if you don't know, is heavier than a regular bar. So instead of weighing 45 pounds, the bar weighs 70. So when you put a plate on, instead of doing 135, you're doing like 155 or no, like 160. I think if it's on pounds, and this is like 158 because it's on kilos. So I really didn't want to load up anything less than a plate when I started using it. And my sets were like supposed to be at 156, and I was like, you know what, whatever. I'm just gonna do it on this, just because after chest day and after back day, sometimes it's kind of hard to get under the bar, and I don't want to put extra stress on my shoulders. So the plan was always to have this SSB day, but I don't have one at my house. And I do think that this movement is really good for quads. Um, as good as a high bar squat is because it kind of rests high anyway, and it just takes out the upper body stress. So I was always gonna do it, but I just was waiting. But now I'm finally switching over to it, and it felt really good. Didn't really have to warm up my upper body at all, which is nice. Um, and I enjoy not, you know, feeling like my shoulders are gonna fall off after upper days. So this will just be my variation for this day. But the lift today was easy. I did again not sleep great, and it's because keep taking naps early in the day because I don't end up sleeping well at night. So it kind of subtracts from my sleeping as well. But uh, sleep doesn't really take much away from my training. I think, from what I've gathered before, I think I slept like 4 hours. Um, and I've casually slept 4 before and trained pretty hard. So I think food really dictates it more, and energy, because I was feeling kind of shitty. No food. I didn't take my intro today because this is a really light day. Even though I was pushing belt squats, I was like, you know what, I don't really can't really justify having the extra calories in, for a day that's not super intense. Um, the main movement not being very hard. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna pull it out, find a way to decrease my calories for a little bit. Um, and my weight's weird. I don't know. I was at like 309, and then you know, went to 317, back down to 309, and then I'm up to 311 and kind of staying there. But I'm overall bringing my food up again, because I feel like my food was low for too long, like way too low already. So I'm adding in about 500 calories, which is still going to put me in a deficit, but a less of a larger one. Uh, just because I feel like I'm starting to crash and like burn out, not in terms of commitment, but more in terms of energy and expenditure. Uh, I'm kind of hitting a wall, and so I kind of want to nip that right now before it gets worse, and just bring them up so that way I could bring it down again, later, which is the plan, later on down the line. And at some point, I'm going to do like a maintenance phase for about a month and reset my body. But for now, we're pushing up to push down, um, which I'm hoping that it kind of resets my, my body, because it's been kind of rough trying to lose on so low, and I feel like it's kind of having an adverse effect at this point because it's resilient to come off, which is really not what you want to happen. But I was really trying to get the initial weight off pretty fast, so now that I'm sitting somewhere where I'm a little bit more comfortable, especially training, um, I'm okay with bringing it back up and losing a little bit slower, which is a plan. But you know, this day is really fast and easy. I think I only spent like an hour here, warming up. 10 minutes on the treadmill, cooling down another 10 minutes, and then all the leg stuff. It was only like 4 exercises, which is kind of crazy because most days I do 7, even on my first leg day, and then on back days I do more like 8 to 10. Because I have a lot of smaller body parts to take care of. Um, but it's kind of refreshing, just to be in and out really quick. And I don't really need to do more than 4. Like I could potentially throw some hamstrings in, but I feel like it would kind of just inhibit my recovery. Um, and there's nothing else really that I could add. Like I'm already training quads, I'm training calves, core. Uh, so there's nothing extra that would really be added to this day unless I really wanted to do like extra erector or hamstring. But again, I feel like that's pretty taken care of with the RDLs and the deadlifts, and all the other stuff on day one. So I've been recovering well. Haven't really been sore past the amount of days that I've had, so that's really good. I really do try to prioritize recovery. It's the reason why I switched from PPL 1 day off, 7 days a week to PPL off, and then having it run on an 8 day cycle and having two separate sessions: push A, push B, push or pull A, pull B, legs A and legs B, and really running that into the ground. And it's been working well. Uh, but if you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in 2 days for day 67 and some chest.